Oh,
Ah, you suck. Nothing for you.
Hey guys, it's Capnharris back for the last video of the year. We got together and thought we would just do like a little year in review video of like Maiden and what we've done and everything like that. So I thought I'd start with what Maiden has done this year. So the very first thing we got was an announcement about the Royal Mail stamps, which I got gifted nicely a big frame with all the stamps in it, and his family got us some.
So we have 2 sets.
Yeah, so we've got some stamps, postcards. Did you get any of that?
I also have the stamps. I also purchased the stamps for when I eventually moved to England.
Trooper X was announced. I did not try this, but James got to.
What did I try?
That giant bottle of Trooper that your parents got you.
Oh, that was called Trooper X.
Yeah.
That was.
Okay.
Did that taste any different than normal Trooper?
So it tasted like beer.
Steve had 15 dates between Maiden's tour, which began May 28th in Ljubljana. And,
For British Lion?
yeah, so...
Did you make any of the British Lion shows?
No,
Me
that's
either.
not my thing. It's like, if they come to Florida, I go, but like, the playing between shows, those are my rest days.
Yeah, time to get out and explore.
We have
but
to heal.
Yeah.
to those of you who went, God bless you.
So the Future Past tour is obviously the big thing this year that like lots of you and we went to, and that ran for the summer through August with a very wet and muddy finale at Wacken, and then of course a short run up to Power Trip. But we got some big history made with Alexander the Great being played for the first time ever.
Beautiful.
I mean, I don't know if you guys do this, or I guess, sorry, Logan wasn't there, but I go back a lot and rewatch the intro that I filmed of Blade Runner and Caught Somewhere in Time, because you can just hear it in all our voices.
It's my
like,
favorite ever.
That was just one of the best moments of our life.
And then obviously he hit up the shows in September outside of
Yeah.
Power Trip.
Going back to what you guys were just talking about, even about Caught Somewhere in Time, that I did the end of the year where it tells you like, oh, how many times like Caught Somewhere in Time was far and beyond my most listened to songs, and then like it's like my top 20 songs of the year was basically just the set list.
Blade Runner.
Yeah, there was only one song from the set list that was not on my year.
With the high highs comes a low also.
A low. But truly, it just, yeah, I mean, every time, like, you know, because one of the shows in London, I was kind of sick. I was ill with a cold. I was pretty exhausted, but yeah, as soon as Blade Runner kicked, I was just like, I was in there. Yeah, I was caught somewhere in London.
I'm so excited for that next year. And if some of you read the recent interview with Nico in the Fan Club magazine, it was talked about that, like, Nico couldn't play it as fast as they wrote it, and he was telling Steve, like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to play this. And Steve was willing to cut that song out of the set list so that Nico could still be on the tour. And if that doesn't show you that that band cares about each other so much, like, I would have been very sad that it wasn't there, and it's kind of a good thing that they played it, because, like, I feel like a lot of people would have been, like, kind of...
Oh, I think they would have been devastated.
They would have been kind of, like, cruel towards the band for not playing it, and then Nico hadn't come out and said what he said yet, so...
Because we would have to have retracted all of our angry statements.
Yeah.
Like, Iron Maiden, you assholes.
That
I
would've
mean,
been, like, fun.
imagine we show up and there's no Parchment and no Caught Somewhere in Time. Like, that would be a rough one to swallow.
Hey, and Nico in that interview said that he wanted to play the Parchment and told Steve we should play the Parchment. Steve said, yeah, maybe we could do that.
So once again, continue to write your letters to Phantom Management expressing your interest in the Parchment.
So yeah, moving on from that, during the tour, the Van Veen gang learned to coexist with Lord of the Lost, and we had a great time getting to know that band.
Leonard is Leonard.
He's number one.
Number one.
And then moving on from that, June 15th, we got Iron Maiden Monopoly, which is part of the Capnharris lore.
Should I,
Who down below watched the entire 2-hour-long gameplay video we put up?
I'm shocked at how many people watched that.
I know.
But to those of you who are really just drinking every single thing that we pour,
This one's for you.
continue to sip. We got some weird ones coming.
And then June, while we were over in England, we got the really cool Metal Hammer, which had 2 awesome posters, which I have yet to hang up because each side is just they're
Better than the last.
They're just equally cool, and I don't know. I can't pick which one I want. I want to get some nice frames. And then, on a more serious note, August 3rd, Nico revealed that he had a stroke, and that affected his playing for the tour.
And all of a sudden, everybody shut their mouths.
Yeah, so it was nice that he came out and let the fans know what was going on. And
This year we had conspiracies.
yeah, oh my god, I remember the people. There was like people. I don't know if it was on the forum or Facebook or what, but people were literally talking that like Nico was not playing at that first show. He only came out to throw wristbands, and because we couldn't see him behind the kit, and there was like they were claiming there was no video on the screens when they were.
No. They said I read one that said that all the screen stuff was pre-recorded. And somebody else was playing drums.
Can you imagine them going that far just to like have? We're gonna take Nico and he's just gonna throw stuff out.
Even though us in the front row, Ljubljana, could clearly see him popping his head up like every other song.
No. He would just come in and pop his.
That was a Disney animatronic. You'd be surprised what they can do with technology these days.
Oh boy.
So yeah, we're all still very proud of him, and we just saw him at the Rock and Roll Ribs party. He wasn't there. You can all boo him all you want.
But because we were talking about how it's very kind of slowed down, like
Mm-hmm.
but like when they played Caught Somewhere in Time in Canada, you could tell like he'd already recovered, even just a percentage more.
Yeah.
Because we were just like, wow, this is a fast song. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Shout out to Nico.
So we got to see him do a full set and play with Joey at the recent Rock and Roll Ribs party.
He played To Tame the Land for the first time in 40 years.
So cool. I love that song so much.
That was awesome.
Space or Eddie Worm Eddie. Worm Eddie.
And I was shocked they really tipped the hat to the Maiden setlist with playing Blade Runner before, and then Caught Somewhere in Time they did Alexander.
Shout out to Jim. I know you set up that intro very last minute for Nico. If you're watching this. Okay, moving on. September 21st is when Bruce announced the Mandrake Project and subsequently announced the dates in Brazil and Mexico. At that point, we thought there would be some U.S. shows, but it's looking unlikely now, so that's sad.
Sad.
October 6th was Power Trip. Shout out to Mike for doing some producers there.
That ended up being something that I think everyone that went is glad they went. And for nothing else, AC/DC, I think, stole the show, and now there's so many murmurings of if they're going to tour again, and lots of stuff for next year. We're ready for some AC/DC.
Okay, October 9th is when the band started teasing where they're off to next, and it was clearly Japan and Australia.
Yeah.
And then on the 15th, they announced those dates, and then subsequently we got Chile, North America, Mexico, Colombia, and Brazil. Hopefully in the new year we get Costa Rica and maybe Argentina. I don't know.
How have they still not?
I don't know. It's
announced all the
killing.
shows?
It's killing all of it. Like everybody on the forum's like, I know that we were supposed to get like a second LA date because there's time. Like we know there's still a bunch in South America. Like they're just not.
What are they waiting for?
In due course.
It's been due course. I'm sick of it. November 8th, the Peace of Mind 40th anniversary book dropped, which I got for Christmas. I wanted to do a video on this, but I just didn't think it was enough. So comment down below if you've got this and what you think about it. It's got testimonials in it. Chris Jericho is in there for you Fozzy fans.
Fozzy!
But it's a book that has a little bit about the album, and then they commissioned like artists to do a comic for every song. And some of them were interesting. I think my favorite one was Still Life. I thought that was a really creative comic. And then the most disappointing for me was probably the To Tame a Land comic. Because I was like, oh, it's the final one. And it was just kind of like, oh, that wasn't as exciting as I thought.
Do more of these?
I don't know. That's, I
Why
think...
Peace of Mind?
40th anniversary. November 30th, the Afterglow of Ragnarok single and video premiered. So...
Want to flip that over here?
Yeah, sure. I put the little plastic back on it because I like to keep the stickers. But yeah, I got this like super late because this came out the day before we went to Rock and Roll Ribs, so we were like bopping that all the way down to the party.
What, Afterglow of Ragnarok?
Yeah,
Over and over again?
Not over and over
Just
again.
once.
Just once. Bopping it all the way down.
All the way down. We just
we
put
did-
it on super slow motion.
We did listen to If Eternity Should Fail as well, which, we did get to do a video about this, so we really got to talk about that already. And we've pre-ordered the album now. That's due to come out, I think, March? Not 100% sure. So that's about all we have for Iron Maiden this year. So why don't we do the little Capnharris year in review? Like, What have we done? What do we
like,
love?
What was our favorite moments? I mean, for me, I can't even think of anything other than Ljubljana as
That parking garage from hell.
Yeah, I mean,
That wasn't a parking garage. That was an abandoned mall.
Sorry.
Much bigger.
One man's garage is another man's mall.
yeah. If you look back at that vlog, like the first part of the day was just exploring these catacombs of abandoned
Soviet
era buildings. Logan, what was your favorite moment of the year?
Favorite moment of the year, I would have to say, was. You might have to edit this out. Can I say Brian?
Yes.
My favorite moment of the year is when Nico, the whole band's throwing out their shit, and James stood next to me. James, the name is James. And Nico points at him. Brian! Follow up. We're at the Manchester Drum One. And he calls him Brian again. Did he not?
You gotta flip the story.
It's flipped.
Oh, that's what it was.
Started at Drum Run.
It started at Drum
first.
One.
Yeah.
See, that's how much fun we had. He called him Brian in person, and then from the stage, knowingly called him Brian.
And that was in the summer, and then all year we were like, well, we know we're gonna see him again at the Rock and Roll Rose party, so we were like, I wonder if he's gonna remember the Brian joke. And as soon as he sees us, it's right back to
He
it.
called you Fred.
Yeah. Well, he kind of remembered.
He remembered that there was a joke.
There was a joke about a name.
I mean, there's but I mean that's just like it was just so stupid. So now the Capnharris gang, we just call him Brian.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm Brian.
I have to say, like, it is nice, seeing the band, singing certain songs and all that stuff, and like obviously it was really nice. I think it was Birmingham or it was Nottingham, seeing so many people who like knew the channel and just like wanted to talk about Capnharris stuff. It was really cool, but that moment just was so funny to me. I just had to.
Good. So good.
Cam, what was your top moment?
I mean, obviously, Caught Somewhere in Time and Ljubljana is like still one of the greatest moments of my life. I've said it a million times, but I mean, like, there's just so many to choose from because it's just like I just had such a good summer, and it was like personally, I think for all of us, it was kind of a tough year. So having this tour and everything to look forward to, and just like forget a lot of problems it was great. Just following the band from Glasgow down to London for James and I, and just getting away to England. I think that like that last night at the Soundboard in London was one of my favorite times I've ever had with you guys.
I was with Darian. And we were like, dude, we should push up because we're at the Soundboard, and Darian's like, dude, we're gonna push up for Hell on Earth. I'm like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's push up. We're gonna here we go. We made like 5 people because it was so packed, and we immediately just turned back around. Like it didn't work out. We could not push up.
Yeah, that was like for us. That was a big goodbye of the year because we knew we weren't doing Canada or anything.
Popcorn.
Oh my god! You
candy.
you guys came back with popcorn, and Thomas had like the 5 kilogram bag of candy. Like
He's like, it's okay. You can have fun. You can have a piece. It's okay. You can eat that. It's okay. I like it.
He said we would have the diabetes.
You have the.
We're gonna catch the diabetes.
You're gonna get the diabetes. It's okay. Go back to America. No healthcare.
So I don't know. That was like I love being up front, and obviously like being up front for that first show was awesome. But it was like equally as fun to be back with all our friends because it's like James and I had First of the Barrier for that second night, and Mike and Emily had gone up front, but it was just like too many people were staying back.
And we were dicking around.
And it was just like, I'm tired. I've been away from home for 6 weeks. I'm closing out the tour with like 95% of my friends back at the Soundboard, and I'm very happy we made that decision because we did get to be Barrier 2018 at London O2, so it's like I've closed that chapter. I don't feel like I need to do that again, so it was great.
And just little things like the horses, the caves, like all the random stuff.
The caves, the 5-minute caves.
Yeah,
The largest caves in all of England. Oh, 7th hole of the 7th hole.
Come on, his face.
7th hole of the 7th hole, 7th hole of the 7th hole, 7th hole of the 7th hole, 7th hole of the 7th hole,
That whole London, not London, that whole
Yeah.
UK, for you, UK. For me, just England, because I believe in... I'm not going to get into that.
I mean, Glasgow is fun, but I don't feel like you missed too much by just not having
Yeah, you
one
only
show.
missed one Weatherspoons.
You want to go into our disappointments of the year? Witherspoons.
Look, I was given the reins on stuff. Nobody wanted to help me anymore, so I'm like, fuck
Where do
it.
you want to eat? I don't know. Where do you want to eat? I don't know.
All
Steph?
right, Weatherspoons. Nobody's helping me. We're going to Weatherspoons.
Oh, what do you want? I guess I'll have the chicken tenders again.
Next
Hey,
time you
Weatherspoons
pick.
is a national treasure, okay?
I'm not trying to besmirch the Witherspoons. I mean, we have our
It's
own.
Weatherspoons. It's not Reese Witherspoon.
Did you hear about that actress that killed her husband? Reese.
Yeah, I know the joke. You don't need to. It was in here.
It was in here.
You can finish it for the. You can finish it though.
Oh, another is eggs and beans.
Years ago, I left home and felt okay. I had a breakfast full of eggs and beans. What happened next? A troubled false sense of security. Sometimes farts saying what they seem. Eggs and beans set me free. Night and day I scan the toilet paper as I wipe. Those brown streaks linger endlessly until my friends begin to wonder why and where I've been. In the toilet, rescue me. Eggs and beans forsaken me. Alright, then to the next part, right? What became of a man that farted? Checked his pants cause he saw he sharded. Left them here in this place, can't take them home. Stranger in strange pants, grit my teeth and blow. Trapped inside these toilets, yes. Ruined farts from down below.
Eggs and beans, set them free. Beautiful.
Oh God, there's
Luke from Luton. Shout out to Luke from Luton.
I don't know that he would ever see these videos.
Oh, he's a big fan. Sorry about your team losing today.
We got to meet Leonard.
What's left to be said? I mean, Leonard is number one.
Yeah.
Leonard is everything. Leonard, shout out to Leonard. He is the videographer and photographer of Lord of the Lost.
And you never know where that man's going to show up.
He put in more work than the band. A lot of people were besmirching the name of Lord of the Lost because of their music. Rightly so. But you cannot besmirch them for the crew they have assembled. Their acrobatics of their filmographer. I mean, Leonard, like, can we show the photo?
That's why I put my hand up so we could show it, but I'll put it here instead.
We just put photos in places.
So that was outside the arena in Nottingham. You saw him and just ran up like, #1 photographer.
It was great, and then it got me watching Lord of the Lost videos from the tour because I wanted to see. I wonder if Mike's dumbass handlebar is in this.
You and Mike both got to hold the singer's hand and hoist him up on the barrier.
Get to or forced to?
You put your hand up. You know you did.
I'm a good man. I'm not
He
gonna-
didn't.
I'm not gonna leave a guy hanging.
He didn't peel
Peel
your
us.
hand off the barrier.
Get off of me.
Shout out to, was it James, the security guard?
Yeah, that was Leeds. This James wasn't up there for that.
We had
but
we had James in the front and in the back.
He was Borat referencing with us.
That's how you know they're a real one.
Yeah, so he was very cool. I don't know. It was just such a great year.
And the year ended with you on stage with Nico.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was a bit scary. Wanted to throw up a little bit.
On Nico?
No, before I got on stage.
No.
No.
That was good for you. I'm glad.
Yeah.
I watched the.
I
watched the
I also felt sick when I saw him come out with a box and he's like, "We're gonna have to re-auction this." I'm like, "Oh no!"
They only went for 600 the first time, and then 30,000.
3,400.
Yeah.
What
So,
happened? What was the difference?
Well,
Different people in the crowd.
it was. I think it was just like when he auctioned it, because it was like there was a bunch of people in a restaurant, and then this was right before he went on stage. He's like, the guy didn't pay, so we're re-auctioning this. I'm just like, fuck. But it was
Hey.
good. Turned out well. So
Rock and roll ribs. You think and you don't think there's going to be a party next year?
no, I was just joking about that because you didn't go when I was mad at you. I don't know. I mean, I
You want
assume.
to throw our own party? And invite Nico?
I assume. I assume there will be a party. It's just when, because the tour is now rolling into early December. So
Well, I'm telling you, when they announced that last show being in Orlando, we could just throw the party in our Orlando compound.
so many people are convinced there's going to be one last Florida show to close it out. I'm not convinced.
Orlando's right there.
I know
baby.
it's right there, but
The Kia Center, newly
Yeah,
crowned.
newly named.
Newly crowned.
I don't like that.
Well,
It's always been Amway.
well, it's always been Amway. It could be something worse. It could have been like the Chicken Tender Live.
That's better than Kia.
Oh my god. Leave a comment. Do you like the Kia Soul?
No, nobody does.
Shout out to the hamster crew.
Well, boys, you have anything else you want to wrap up this year with?
Well, what do we have planned for next year?
We have a show we're going to together
Yes.
that is not Maiden related, which is shocking.
So this year, James and I only did one other concert, and that was Death Clock, and that was because we needed to save a lot of money to be able to go see Maiden, so we sacrificed everything else to do that. Next year, we already have the Pantera and Lamb of God, and then we're all going to see the Amon Amarth tour down in Tampa, so
Yes.
love a good Amon Amarth show. We looked into Red Hot Chili Peppers for James, but that was so expensive.
Yeah, I know.
Unlimited love, not worth it.
Not unlimited money. Well, I'll be there. I'll send you a clip.
Okay.
What did you get, lawn tickets or?
Hell yeah.
Other than that, I mean, I want to do more like fun videos. Like we started like Bowl of Songs this year, and
Oh,
like
we have-
Monopoly, and I want to do more fun stuff like that.
We have a lot of ideas for next year, so I know it's a long time till the tour, but we've got like a lot of stuff that we have, like games. I've got like, I love those essay videos. I've started writing some of those. Tier list. I've been wanting to do a certain tier list for a while, but we've had enough content that I haven't felt the need
And just
to.
getting more people on the channel when,
Yeah,
they stop
yeah.
into our part of the world.
We still have another Derek video to share with you guys, but
Mm-hmm.
that's in due course.
No, honestly, like it would be nice to have more of the people who are part of this community in the comment section. Like, it's just fun. Like,
Yeah. Shout out to you guys who watch even our dumbest videos. Like you know, the ones that don't do as well as like the vlogs, which is fine, but it's just like I see the same people commenting, like Paul, who's Iron Demon, and I think there's a guy named Alex. Like, we recognize you and we appreciate that you watch our dumbassery.
We thank you.
Dumbass.
Guys.
Every time we put it out, you're there, you're watching and saying nice things. So
Because
we
Maiden only tours so many weeks out of the year, and so we have to fill the time with other
Bullshit.
and this is like our visual version of the forum.
yeah. So I just like think it's awesome that you guys are always watching and commenting.
Yeah.
So again, like I said, just thank you guys who have supported the channel for the year. We've seen some crazy growth.
On my back.
That lump wasn't there before.
Not leaving that in. Jesus
Oh, you're gonna cut that?
You're gonna cut that?
The
Yeah,
lump?
I was trying to be nice and tell everybody we appreciate them. You're talking about growths on each other's
It
backs.
could have been testicle, which is better.
But we do appreciate the growth.
Do I really? Are you really gonna make me keep this in the video?
Yes.
Yeah.
Keep it. You have given us growth, both
Well,
internally and
I
externally.
tried to make a nice outro, but these guys want to talk about gross on each other's back. So, anyways, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Hats off to you. Goodbye. Goodbye. All right.
What do you got, boys?
Well, I have a beautiful little trinket here.
Is that a trinket?
Look at paper crown. Ooh, ball and vase is what my little toy is. Hey, winner to winner. What's the smallest room in a penguin's house?
The igloo.
The igloo.
Okay. Why does Father Christmas go down the chimney?
I don't know why.
Because it soots him.
Well, that disappointment.
Hey guys, it's Capnharris back for the last. Oh, did you read?